Babe, wake up, new oxygen just dropped. Okay, so not really, but there was a very recent scientific discovery of a thing called dark oxygen. In a paper that was published on July 2nd, 2024, 5 days ago as of the time of filming, there has been a discovery of dark oxygen. Oxygen is produced by plants and other photosynthetic organisms by the process of photosynthesis. They take carbon dioxide and water and use the energy from the sun to produce glucose, which is sugar, and oxygen as a byproduct. It's actually a waste product in the process. So it was thought that pretty much anytime you need to make oxygen, you need both sunlight and organic things. So be that a plant, a microbe, or a photosynthetic animal in some cases, but pretty much always plants or microbes. However, researchers discovered recently that that is not always the case. They were looking at this field of nodules, as they're described, at the bottom of the seafloor. These nodules are polymetallic, meaning they're just made of a shit ton of different metals. And these nodules have been found to be actually producing oxygen on their own without the need of any sunlight or organisms. They're way down at the bottom of the ocean, and there's no sunlight there, and there's also no organic matter. So the researchers took some of these nodules and did some experiments and found like, yep, these are creating oxygen all on their own. So this is due to a process called seawater electrolysis, which is basically the seawater, which is H2O, being split into H and O, hydrogen and oxygen. Electrolysis works by the movement of electrons through metals and stuff. It's very complicated, and I'm not a physicist or a chemist, so I probably could not explain the exact process, but basically the movement of electrons between these metal ions in the polymetallic nodule. The electron movement creates the charge, which splits the water into its separate atoms, which produces oxygen as well as hydrogen, but it produces oxygen, which is kind of the main thing. Now, this is important because it shows that oxygen can be produced without any, organic beings, no microbes and no plants. Now, this is important for a couple reasons. It could present some interesting new hypotheses about the origins of life on Earth, because it's like a chicken-egg situation, what came first, the oxygen or the life. It could switch all that stuff around. And two, it can provide some interesting research opportunities into life on other planets, because if oxygen is being produced by inorganic processes, by just rocks, basically, well, metal, chunks of metal, but it's a rock. It's not a rock, but it's a rock, you know? Oxygen is essential for life, pretty much all of it, except for certain bacteria, so it could present ways for life to be forming on other planets without the need for plants, which need light from sun. So it's a very new avenue of study, is a very new discovery, but it can open up a lot of potential research doors into some very interesting other discoveries. And also, it got the name dark oxygen because it's not being produced by an organic life form. That's kind of the whole reason. It's nothing super deep, it's just oxygen, produced by living things. Dark oxygen, not that.